This aerial view, courtesy of Google Maps, shows the Blanchetown area before the flooding. You can clearly see the lock. On the opposite side of the river there are the expansive salt flats. To the north of the bridge there's an area of shacks and even some islands.
This is the Adelaide Old Fart. We're in the river town of Blanchetown. Road closed ahead. There used to be a double ferry here that led across the river, but they closed that some years ago when they built the big bridge, which we'll be using later. There's the river. Apparently the road's closed, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Oh my giddy aunt. Okay. Well, it's madness in here. And there's the closure. Park the bike, go for a walk. And we're actually looking at Lock 1. There's a number of locks in the river, and the idea is they form barriers to stop the water rushing down and be able to maintain a decent level of water, navigable water in the river. And as you can see, Lock 1's here in front of us. No, the ducks would be standing on it normally. You might be able to see some water flow out there. There's a float or something, maybe something on top of the lock. But yeah, it's completely submerged. The big steel superstructures out of the river there and there. Gates put in to let boats through, and there's a channel through there, which of course we're not seeing because it's wet. Pardon me while I stagger around, it's not the most uneven ground here. Yeah, well, this gives you a good indication. That sign says flow indicator. I'm not sure how high it is normally, but it's certainly not halfway up with the water. And there's the right next to it is the roof of a shelter, which you can also imagine is not normally underwater. It's normally well above it. There's fence here right in front of us has got wet feet. The lockmaster's cabin is partially flooded. The ducks are enjoying it. Little picnic area down here. You can see the water's right up over the fence. There's a picnic table. Wouldn't go sitting on those benches. So yeah, it's all rather wet. Peak won't get here for a week or so yet, peak level. So it'll come up even higher, and then it'll take 2 or 3 months to actually go down. It'll start going down straight away, but it'll take a couple, 2 or 3 months to actually go down. Another picnic shorter. shags are sitting on the boom, enjoying a spot out of the water. So how much water is here? Well, I'll wander down and see what I can find. These are called bushes. That's actually a wattle. Notice the yellow flower? And you see it. This fence I'm standing next to is a 7-foot fence. 6-foot fence with razor wire for the next foot or so. If you look down into the water, you can see just the razor wire peeping out. So down there, just this side of those yellow floats, the water is at least 6 foot deep. The river channel itself is roughly, well, from those yellow floats, because that's where they've got the edge of the lock gates, and it would normally end over at those trees. And as you can see, the water is well beyond those trees and quite a fair bit up. There's probably another picnic area over there I can just make out. So we've got a fair bit of water here. So I've seen Blanchetown from down low. As we get up on the bridge, we should be able to see it from on high. So good. It's on our right, is it? I don't feel like going across there. Right, there used to be 2 ferries that crossed the river here, 2 punts as we call them. Whoa, that's the river. Those dead trees are usually out of the water. Now crossing the main river itself. These trees here obviously were high and dry normally. The river's right up behind them. And yes, the water's still going on, it's still going on. It's a very low lying area. Lots of flooded shacks in there. Crikey, water in behind us here, still water beside us.